Hey family, it's your girl Natty Lorraine, and I'm finally back here with another video for you guys. With this particular video, I would say that this really means a lot to me. This topic, in my opinion, is very important, and I spent a good amount of time thinking about whether I wanted to post this video, but I think at this point in time, it's very relevant, so I'm gonna put it out there for you guys because I know there's other people that are thinking about doing the same thing. There's people out there that have already done this, and there's people out there that are just curious. So I'm just gonna give you guys my insight and my experience on this topic. Now, today I'm gonna be speaking on my 1-year detox from social media. Now, when it comes to social media detox, for me, my experience was I took a year off of social media. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys and say I completely deleted all of my apps and I was just completely MIA because for a lot of us, social media is how we connect with our friends and family. But I would say, as far as detox goes, I started to unfollow a lot of people. I started to unfollow a lot of pages that I felt like didn't really align with the way that I wanted to feel. I didn't post. I reposted a few things that I felt were pretty relevant, but other than that, I just completely disassociated myself from the worldwide media. And one of the reasons I did that was because I felt that it was very overwhelming for me. I think that I just came to a point in my life where I realized that, the world of social media is not all that it seems. A lot of the things that we look at, a lot of things that we consume are actually very toxic. And, social media does come with its pros. We're able to share on here. We're able to express our creativity. We're able to educate others. So I really do love social media, and I love the things that we can do with it. But I think it's very important to realize the things that we may not be paying that much attention to, the things that we may be running to indulge in as far as escapism goes. For those of you that don't really understand, like, escapism is pretty much when you indulge in something with the intention of escaping from your reality, which is okay because that's also a part of human nature. A lot of us have escapism tendencies, and that's okay. That's a part of being human. You know what I'm saying? Some of us eat certain snacks to escape. Some of us use certain substances to escape. Some of us watch certain things to escape, and that's totally fine. But the escapism that I'm speaking on is the escapism where you indulge yourself in social media and you start to forget who you are as a person. I think that's when it starts to get pretty dangerous. Especially when you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, the first thing you do is look at a social media post, or one of the only things that you look online is at Shade Room. No shade to Shade Room, that's a business, they do their thing. But for me personally, I'm not the kind of person that likes to consume Shade Room anymore, because I realized that I was just going on Shade Room to pretty much get a kick out of the drama that was going on in other people's lives. And finding it humorous to look at the problems that other people are going through. And honestly, it's a very gratifying feeling, because a lot of the times we do things like that because we don't want to look at the flaws that we have for our own selves. We don't want to take a look in the mirror. We much rather look at somebody else struggling and laugh about it because it makes us feel good about ourselves. And I'm not saying this to point fingers at anybody. Like, I'm a villain as well. Like, these are things that I was indulging in, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. But like I said, the main point of that is bringing awareness to these things. Like I said, social media is something that you can use for good and bad. So I think it's very important to just start to differentiate and to realize, like, okay, I can use my social media platform for something good while being aware of the things that are negative. Because once we're aware of the negative, we can deal with it way easier than we would if we were just, to be very closed-minded and we just decided to escape. Then it's kind of like, you're more so just indulging in a fantasy, if you guys understand what I mean by that. Um, and you know what? I think what's so special about this is the fact that there's nothing wrong with fantasy either. Like, we use technology as a convenience for us. We use this as a way to express ourselves. We use this as a way to connect with other people, right? So I think it's just important to bring awareness to the dangers or the patterns that we integrate into our everyday lives, the negative patterns that we integrate into our social lives, you know, because ultimately it's just going to lead to a greater good for the majority of us, you know. So I say all this to say that if you're considering going on a social media detox, I definitely recommend it. You know, I definitely think that detoxing yourself from social media and cultivating your own sense of self and creating your own sense of reality outside of the social aspect of things is really liberating. And I recommend it to anybody because, you know, you don't have to cut off your friends. You don't have to, you know, cut the whole world off and get isolated, because I know that that's something that I actually did. And that's why I'm, you know, sharing this with you guys, because I would hope that, you know, somebody that, you know, is so creative and somebody that has talents doesn't isolate themselves from the world because, you know, they fell into their victim mentality. You know, we all have a part to play in this big piece of pie. So I think it's better for us to just focus on the things that we need to focus on the important things so that we can move forward. So if social media detoxing is something that you're interested in, go for it. Do it however you want to do it. You know, unfollow whatever you need to unfollow, block whatever you need to block, change your algorithm, change the things that you engage with every single day. And I promise you that you will see tremendous change in your life and in the lives of those around you because of the change that you decided to make in your own life. So I hope that this message really hit home for somebody, and I hope this message is green light for some people that want to go ahead and start a social media detox. But without further ado, I will talk to you guys soon. You guys could definitely go ahead and communicate with me on social media. I have Instagram, I have Twitter. You guys can comment down below if you want to join the conversation, if you have anything to add to anything that I said. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you.